I'm going to pick a card today. Ooh, we had a card fall out. What was the card that fell out? When a card falls, this is important for you to know. When a card falls, it's called a jumper, okay? And a jumper is the card that you're meant to pick that moment. You just can't question it. You just got to pick it and expect it and just say, okay, I got it. So here's our jumper. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. What a good one. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. All right, well, let's begin with that. Let's ground ourselves in this moment. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. So let's take that. Let's riff with that. Let's pray with that together as a community. Just place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly, honoring all the feelings that are up for you, good, bad, uncomfortable, all the anxieties of the world, and just respecting your emotional state, no matter where it is in this moment now. And take a deep breath in and respect your emotions. And breathe into them, and on the exhale, you can allow them to just release gently, believing in this moment that we are worthy of feeling good, that we are worthy of the love within ourselves, to respect ourselves, to respect our inner vibrational state, to respect our happiness, our joy, our thoughts that we think, the words that we choose, the relationships that we choose to engage in, all in the pursuit of feeling good. When we give ourselves permission to feel good, our world changes. By changing our inner landscape, our experience adjusts. Expecting and knowing that in this show today, we have the opportunity to awaken to a good feeling vibration, a good feeling emotion, a good feeling energetic state, and welcoming that shift in our perception, that shift in our energy, that shift in our being, that shift in our force field. We open up today to welcome a miracle, in this 1 hour show, to awaken to the presence of the goodness within us. Everyone watching, if you want that good feeling emotion right now, say yes, yes, yes. Take that in with a deep breath. And on the exhale, let it go. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back, guys. So look, everyone has unresolved areas where they are out of alignment due to their upbringing, their belief systems from childhood, experiential belief systems, whatever has been imprinted. So some people might be health, some people it might be sex, some people it might be money, some people it might be their worth, some people might be all of the above, whatever. We've all got it. We've all got an area or many where we are misaligned with the feeling of love and abundance and grace. That's normal. That's natural. That's where it's at. And just because you fall into those belief systems and feel into that frequency from time to time doesn't mean that you are doing anything wrong. It's that your awareness of it is actually major. Okay. So the undoing of the lack mentality is a journey of clearing the belief systems from a experiential time in your life, right? That happens once again through books like The Universe Has Your Back. So fantastic that you're doing that. Transform fear to faith. Excellent work. It comes through therapeutic practices like we've been talking about today. It comes through mental reconditioning. And here's the good news. We all have these conditioned neural pathways from the experiences that we've had as children, particularly young childhood experiences. But the good news is, thanks to neural plasticity, our brain actually can change. Our brain can reorganize. Our brain can become new. Our fight-flight responses can subside. Our PTSD can dissolve. Our lack mentality can turn into an abundance mentality. Our brain has the power to change. And so much of that change happens with the repetition of new behavior. So one thing that you can do simply in this moment is to notice when you are in that lack mentality. Notice how it makes you feel. Forgive the thought and choose again. And this is a method I've shared over and over and over again on this show, the choose again method, because yes, I could say to all of you, go do 10 years of therapy, which everyone I hope will have the opportunity to do, whatever that form that comes. But what you can do for yourself, you're here for self-help. You're here for Gabby to tell me how I can serve myself. You can be in the proactive development of new thought patterns that feel better. Not thought patterns that you don't believe in, but thought patterns that make you feel better. So when you notice that lack story show up, step 1, notice the thought and how it makes you feel. Step 2, forgive yourself for having the thought. It's very simple. There's my childhood story. There's my parents' lack story again. There it is again. All right, I forgive myself. It just showed up again, because that forgiveness will dissolve that guilt and tension and fear that you're manifesting it, all that crap, right? Third step, choose the next best feeling thought. Choose the thought of, you know what? I just forgave myself for that thought. So I'm dissolving it in this moment. I actually am listening to The Universe Has Your Back, and it's so supportive. Then I can actually go and listen to Super Attractor. So you can go from thought to thought to thought to reach for the next best feeling thought. So your willingness to face this lack mentality is already activating abundance within you. Right. And especially if you're feeling afraid that you're manifesting things because you're having the thoughts, then just forgive the thoughts, or forgive yourself for having the thought. Because the moment that you say, oh, I forgive myself for that thought, or I forgive that thought, it doesn't have power over you anymore, because you've recognized, I am not that thought. It's just a thought that I keep thinking. I am not that belief. It's just a thought that I keep thinking. The voice within us that believes that we are not allowed to be happy. Our card today is speaking to that. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. I believe I am worthy of feeling good. This is often something that is a belief system that sounds really nice, but it's actually far from our reality, because many of us have been brought up with the belief system that we have to suffer to succeed, that we have to feel pain to have purpose, that we have to have struggles in order to feel a sense of serenity in our life. That is all quite backwards. It's when we feel good that we actually attract more of what we want into our life. But we have to undo the belief system that says, who am I to feel good? Who am I to feel great? Who am I to be happy? That belief system is an ingrained belief system that can be cultural, that can be something that we learned from our upbringing. It can be something that we have picked up from this difficult experience that we're going through right now with COVID. When we witness people suffering, we think, well, how dare I be happy? I would say to you, how dare you not be happy? It's your happiness. It's the collective happiness. It's the group collective happiness that raises the energetic frequency of the world. If we, those of us who have moments of happiness and grace and joy and success, and we don't celebrate them, we are doing the world a disservice. We are shutting down the light. We are bringing down the vibration. So we have to, when we feel good, we have to reach for more. When we feel good, we have to recognize that that good feeling emotion has momentum. It has power. It elevates our children. It elevates our family members. It elevates our friends. It elevates strangers on the street. It is your divine duty here on earth to bring forth that greatness, that goodness, that light. So when you hear that voice that says to you, you are not worthy of feeling good, I want you to hear my voice come through and say to you, who are you not to feel good? This is your divine purpose. It is your mission, and it is the way that you heal and serve. You got me? We are more comfortable being uncomfortable than we are being happy. So when things are good, and when we start to get a sense of feeling good, our ego, the voice of fear within us, starts to say, hell no, too good to be true. And it will find these weird little corners to pick up problems. We have a fault-finding mindset rather than a solution, happiness-oriented mindset. So when that happens, the next time you notice that you're feeling good and all is well, and all of a sudden you're like, but I wasn't nice enough to that person, or my coworkers aren't in a good place, or I didn't do that right, I want you to speak back to that voice. I want you to say, thank you for sharing, but I choose happiness instead. Thank you for sharing, but I don't believe that voice anymore. Thank you for sharing, but I'm choosing this moment. Give yourself permission in the moment to speak back to the fault-finding voice and start to claim the greatness of who you are. That is a pattern because you've lived your life in a habitual pattern of seeking problems and finding fault. Now we have to redirect and create a new habit and pattern of grounding you in the truth of who you are, which is happiness, joy, peace, and grace, sharing that happiness, joy, and peace with so much grace. That's what you're here for. When we have a depressed feeling coming on, often we can perpetuate the feeling because of the fear of the feeling. So you're doing everything right. You're on a medicated path with the help of a psychiatrist. You're doing EFT. You're doing your exercise. You're tuning into Dear Gabby. You're practicing your spiritual practices. You're also experiencing a biochemical thing that happens seasonally. It's what's up. So what I would ask you to try out would be in the moments when you notice that feeling come on. Notice what you notice. Instead of trying to push it away, trying to pick up the affirmation, trying to run out the door, trying to fix it fast, I want you to give yourself a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just to breathe into that space where do you feel it in your body? Breathe into that space. Even with me right now, just breathe into the feeling and really take it in. And then on the exhale, just let it go. And keep your eyes closed, and I want to work with you on this, okay? So breathing into the feeling of that depression and that discomfort and just letting it be what it needs to be. Don't judge it. And on the exhale, you release it. Breathing in once again, don't judge it. Notice what you notice. Be present with the feeling. On the exhale, let it go. There's no need to push it away. You're smiling. That's right. Because because I think that people get so afraid, like if I sit in my depression, what will happen to me? What I'm not suggesting is I'm not suggesting you sit in it. I'm suggesting you transform it by honoring it. We can't heal something unless we have the willingness to to see that it's there, to respect that it's there, to honor that it's there, to be present with what it is. Okay, you have something to tell me. This doesn't take away any of the medicated paths that people need to be on when you have mental illness or you have a biochemical condition. By no means, but it can be in addition to. So becoming accepting of the experience in the moment allows you to be present with the experience so that it can be transformed. If we're trying to push past an experience because it's so uncomfortable, we don't allow the full discharge of the emotional state. We don't allow the processing of our nervous system to process an emotion. We don't allow the feelings to be respected. So maybe once or twice a day when you notice the depression come on, just notice what you notice. Be present with the feeling. Be present with the experience. Don't judge it. Don't try to push it away. Just breathe in. And if you can do that for 90 seconds, the studies have shown that if you breathe into a feeling for 90 seconds, it can transform. So if you breathe into that feeling for 90 seconds and release it, you can have a big transformation. You got me? I really love you. I love that you keep coming back. I don't realize it's you every time I bring you on, but I guess I'm drawn to you. And I also just want you to know that even when you're going through a depressed place right now and the experience that you're in, you're really bright and you shine such gorgeous light and your energy is so elevated, even when you're going through something tough. So just want to reflect that back to you. Well, let's get back to that place that we were talking about. Let's not try so hard. Let's just be with what is, because that's not defeated. That's a giving over. That's a releasing. That's a letting go of, rather than forcing and controlling. There's a few different reasons why we procrastinate. But a big one is when we have a part of ourselves that is not fully developed yet. We can question it. We can judge it. We can become the almost avoidant towards it, because the concept of stepping into something new is very scary and jarring for our ego mentality. The belief system of, who am I to do that? Who am I to be great? Who am I to step out? When we're confident in things, we just do them. When we feel grounded in something that we're here to bring forth, we show up for it. But if there's any form of procrastination, there is in some way a sense of limitation, an underlying sense of limitation. It may not be a conscious awareness of it, but there's an underlying sense of limitation. Not, I'm not good enough. How could I do this? Because when we don't have the willingness to just start, it often can come from that place of, I don't believe I can. So I really want to put procrastination, I want to put it like a mirror in your face, right? Not just you, but everybody listening. It's just let's take this procrastination and let's just go face forward with it. And ask that procrastination, what is it revealing to you about yourself? Can you answer that now? Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. So first things first, let's get honest about the ego, because we can't bring these dark thoughts to light unless we shine light on them. The first step then is to look at it, say, oh, procrastination. There you are, revealing to me once again that I don't think I'm good enough. Thank you. Thank you, procrastination, for revealing to me that I don't think I'm good enough. And the next question really is, what are the undeveloped parts of me? What is it that I am feeling is inadequate? Because when we start to question these belief systems, we can really start to see them through a different lens. Right now, we have a thought form that we keep thinking and it becomes a belief. That's what Abraham Hicks says. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. But what if you looked at those beliefs, those fear-based beliefs, those beliefs of not being good enough, those beliefs of who am I to do this, those beliefs of how dare I, and really just unpack them further? You realize that they're just a bunch of perpetual thoughts that you've been thinking. And so the undoing of those belief systems begins with your thoughts, begins with your mind. I believe in and promote and talk often about deeper therapeutic work, which I always will recommend on this show. But for today's purposes, the what can I do now steps to get out of a place of procrastination are: step one, look at the procrastination, put it straight in your face like a mirror. What is it reflecting back to me? Get honest with yourself. Yes, it's reflecting back to me my belief that I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of this. How dare I do this? Whatever that story is. And then really start to pay attention to the belief systems that you keep, the thoughts that you keep thinking that continue to reinforce that belief system. Because if you keep going back to those thoughts and back to those thoughts and back to those thoughts, lady, let me tell you, they're going to take you down. Those thoughts are going to take you down. Those thoughts are going to be the beliefs that carry your life. So you're very young. You're on Dear Gabby. You're wise. You're on a spiritual path. You're doing a great job at life. So this is your moment to start to be in the pursuit of undoing the thoughts that have turned into a belief that I am not good enough. Confronting those thoughts is terrifying. Totally. So that's where we can start to just be very gentle with ourselves and start to pray about it. We can say, thank you, universe, for revealing to me how I can undo these thought patterns. Don't bang your head against the wall trying to figure it out. Just be in the willingness and the gentle awareness of all of the different resources that are in this universe, this vast universe, that once you become open to them, they can start to be revealed to you. Here's what I want to tell you right now. We have to teach from where we are. And we have to often be called to teach what we're currently learning. So right now you're living this experience of stepping up, rising up, leveling up, I want you to go and I want you to do a little free writing this afternoon on what it means to you to level up. And then I want you to go onto your Instagram when you're ready, and I want you to post a gorgeous, vulnerable photo of yourself and tell the story of what it means to level up and all the fear that's coming with that and all the discomfort that's coming with that. That is the truth. And your truth is what heals. Your story is what heals. So right now, you being in your truth, nobody wants to see how perfect you are. They want to know that you're with them. And then the method you're expressing is, when I share my truth, I am relieved of my ego. The ego can't exist in the truth. You don't want the world to see you in the deepest vulnerability, which is that I don't believe I'm worthy. And that lack of worthiness, I posted something on my Instagram today. Where is it? What was it? It was about how if we stopped looking at rejection if we started looking at rejection as a opportunity to grow, what would we have to be afraid of? So if you started looking at this leveling up as what you're here to do, that this is your responsibility, then what is there to be afraid of? If you let go of the rejection or the judgment of others as, okay, whatever happens there is going to happen because it's just going to reveal to me this new level of healing and growth, then there's nothing to be afraid of. If you see guidance in all of it, right? If you can see the guidance in the discomfort, if you can see the guidance in that right now you're learning something about what it means to feel worthy, then this is just another part of your journey. It's another step along the way. Yeah. And I think that, that getting really grounded in the story of this is my responsibility to step up, and I got to do, it's not a responsibility for others. It's a responsibility for you. So you have this habit of believing I'm not worthy. You can replace the habit by saying it's my responsibility. I think that getting in the inquiry of, what if I don't do this? What are the stakes then? The stakes are much higher if you don't do it than if you do. I really hope that in the fall, we're going to reignite the Spirit Junkie Masterclass. I made it for you. So just stay in my world. Keep educating yourself and keep finding your teachers and keep letting yourself go further into the responsibility of what it means to show up for yourself. Because when you show up for yourself, what happens is you start to feel better. And then as you start to feel better, there's this inner whisper that's like, you got to share this. And that's God's work. That's what we're here for. We're here for personal transformation so that we can be an expression of that truth so that we can heal others. That's what we're all here for. So live your purpose, baby. Today's show was filled with a lot of big emotion, a lot of commitment to feeling good, which was our card. I am committed to feeling good. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. That was the card that we picked today. This was a show that really was a reminder of what we have within us, that we have the ability within us to grow regardless of our circumstances, regardless of another person's reaction to us. We have the chance to grow no matter what is happening around us. If we are in a lockdown, if we are in a relationship that feels stagnant, if we are in a career path that is new, wherever we may be in our own personal life development, we are growing. And as we stay in the devotion and the commitment of that personal growth, that spiritual development, that inner awakening, we will wake up every single day new. Because those subtle shifts that we take to grow, those subtle shifts that we take to move ourselves forward with the energy of a positive vibration, a positive frequency, those subtle shifts that we make in the moment to accept our feelings as they are and to breathe through them, those subtle shifts that we make in the moment to choose again, those subtle shifts that we make in the moment to perceive our spiritual relationship assignments as an opportunity for ourselves to grow rather than a chance to push somebody else further, we become new. So as a being on a spiritual path, you have a choice every single day to step in to a newness with each subtle shift. This isn't about being the perfect spiritual student. This isn't about trying to force other people to conspire with your ideas. This isn't about having all of the affirmation from the world reflected back to you. This is about you committing to turning inward daily, you committing to tuning into that presence within yourself every single day to create that subtle shift that allows you to be new. So keep coming back. Keep coming back to this show. Stick around for the miracles. If you're here and it's an hour into the show, you're a rock star. You have stuck around. You have made it through. Thank you. Thank you for being with me. If there's anyone that's struggling with food issues or body image issues, click the link below for our once a year annual 50% off deal on my Finally Full course. I think it's one of my favorite courses I have. That link is there for you if you need that support. And stay connected, guys. Stay connected. Stay close to these messages. Stay close to this community. Connect with each other in the comments below. Share the video. I'm going to post the video on my feed now. Share the video and give yourself full permission to believe that you are worthy of feeling good. That is the message for today. I love you guys. I really love you. Bye, everybody.